Yo, what is up guys? Darky again here with something a bit different today. I'm actually going to be bringing you all an Showdown OU replay, so moving away from the Wi-Fi battles, get on to Showdown. And this is going to be against Wishkiller, a very respected OU battler, someone who can retain their spot in the top 10 pretty much constantly. So it's definitely not something to laugh at, but let's get into this. So with the teams, Wishkiller is going to be running pretty much the standard semi-stall team that I see quite a bit higher up. As he's going to be having the Mega Venusaur, Spadef, Heatran, the Specs Keldeo, obviously the Chansey, the Skarmory and the Bishop. And my team's kind of based around Mega Medicham and Specs Clefable. This was at the time that BP was still a thing, so I kind of wanted to run Specs Unaware Clefable, since it was both a really good, what I felt, counter to BP, as it really helps me deal with them sort of teams, and it's also a really good Steel Lore. So I mean, the first thing that most people do when they see a Clefable is switch in their Steel type, because they do not want that thing setting off in their face, and they just get bopped by Fire Blast. So it's definitely a nice thing to have. But yeah, let's get into this. So I'm going to be leading off with my Landorus, as he's leading off with his Venusaur. I do feel that this is more favourable for me, so I'm not expecting him too much to stay in, as here I am going to get up my rocks, and that's going to really help me, since obviously playing against Stall, I've got to whittle this team down to the point where I can just sweep it with, or just deal damage really. So all I need to do really is whittle this team down. As here I'm going to pull in a switch into my Medicham. Could be somewhat of a misplay, since I was half expecting him to go for the T-Wave, but it was kind of only a thought in the back of my mind, since I did have my Landorus out, and I felt that maybe Stealth Rocks or a Seismic Toss would have been the play that he would go for. Which is why I did go straight out to Medicham here, since I was not expecting the T-Wave. But he does make the play in predicting that. And here, I have no reason not to go for High Jump Kick. I mean, if he has the Protect, I'm not too worried about it, since I will be able to fire off a High Jump Kick next turn. So I'm just going to go for this High Jump Kick right here. And you're going to see, it does a hell of a lot to this Skarmory. I mean, is that supposed to be a switch-in? Is that supposed to be defensive? It took a clean 84% from that. Like, this is why I love Medicham. It just tears through Stall. But yeah, that did so much damage, a nice 84% from something that's supposed to be a defensive wall. It's renowned for being defensive, but I'll stop moaning about that, but I'm going to take the Rocky Helmet damage. And then I switch out to my Landorus, as I was half expecting the Roost and the Brave Bird, and I didn't really want to take the Brave Bird since I was paralysed, which is why I did go out to my Landorus, since it was like the middle ground play. Since if he did go for Roost, then I could just fire off a Focus Blast next turn. And he does know this, so he does pull the switch into his Chansey, which is fair enough, as I do go for the Focus Blast. Now that puts him down to the range where he kind of has to go for Soft Boiled, and because I know the reason, well, because I know he has to go for Soft Boiled, I'm actually going to pull a hard switch out to my Medicham here. And there's also, the best thing he can do to me is Seismic Toss or Double, so I'm going to be able to fire off another High Jump Kick here. Fortunately, I don't get hit with the Paralysis, and I'm able to get the Skarmory out of the way, which is really good for me, as I'm going to be taking that second turn of Rocky Helmet damage. Here I switch out to my T-Tar. Questionable play, since I was kind of risking the burn, but I really didn't want to stay in with my Medicham and risk him having Protect and going for the High Jump Kick, since I did feel this was my best play. But he actually ends up getting up his Rocks, which I also felt was like a possible move that he could do, since obviously this is Stall. He's going to be whittling my team down a lot, since that's kind of what Stall does. But here I'm going to reveal that I have Superpower. I did expect him to stay in, since it's not very common on Tyranitar, and he probably thought that he could live a Stone Edge. Well, he can definitely live a Stone Edge, and yeah, most T-Tars don't really run Superpower, so that's why I was expecting him to stay in. But this is actually a banded T-Tar with some more Pursuit Trapping to kind of support the Medicham and the Landorus, I feel. But he's going to go out to his Keldeo here. Obviously I'm going to be scared out, and he's actually pulls a double into his Bishop, predicting my Latios. But I didn't really have too much of a reason to keep Medicham around, I didn't think, since it was paralysed and starting to get really low. So I felt just sacking that was the better play, as I am able to get the momentum back, go into my Landorus here, and I am just going to go, well, I'm actually going to double into my Latios, predicting his Chansey. This way I can possibly get a Defog, but I really didn't want this Bishop switching on me, getting the 3+2, so I did go for the HP Fire here, predicting the Bishop. And I felt the Pursuit was super obvious here, so I am actually going to double HP Fire. I felt me switching out was really obvious, so I was definitely expecting the Pursuit. So that was a bit of a 50-50 there. as now I'm able to pretty much defog for free against this Chansey, as he is going to be able to T-wave me, but I'm not too worried since there's... I mean, I don't really need to outspeed anything on his team since my Latios can take a hit from them and deal the damage back. Plus I also have other stuff on my team to deal with it. So, I'm expecting him to switch out here, so I actually end up going for Pursuit. What this does is basically ensure that I can sweep with Talonflame, since neither of these pokes is going to be living a Brave Bird from Talonflame. But from where Chansey was, it could live one and rest, like, soft build up. So I was definitely expecting him to want to switch out so he could get this soft build off at a later date. But that is why I did go for the Pursuit, and this basically ensures that I can sweep with Talonflame, and that's going to be the game. As here, I am just going to go into my Latios. Just in case he is fully physically defensive, I do believe that it can live one if he does get up the Leech Seed and start stalling me up. So I'm going to go out to my Latios just so I can get off a Psyshock against this thing, and like half sacking it off just to get off damage really. As I'm able to get off that nice damage, and basically the Leech Seed plus a Life Orb plus a Sandstorm ensures that he's able to knock me out this turn. And it would have been bad potentially if I'd gotten a crit here, because if I'd gotten a crit, his Chansey would have been able to come back in for free and basically soft build up, and then I would have been a bit stuck since the only thing I really have is Superpower on T-Tar. And I guess that would have maybe done enough, but it's not exactly reliable since it's non-stab. I'm not sure. I haven't done the calc for that. So that could have potentially been a misplay. I was kind of worried about this at the time. But fortunately he is able to take me out this next turn and I do not get a crit. As now I can just go out to Talonflame and basically sweep here. As he is going to forfeit, and that is going to be the game. So yeah, definitely a very well respected battler, and a very good battle indeed. A lot of plays all over the place. Very impressed with how I did play this one out. But if you did enjoy the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, leave a comment, let me know how you're feeling. And I'll see you all next time guys, peace.